When a parent bestows a name on their child, it reveals the hope and dream they have for their future. Let us introduce to you Baby ROBDONS' official name. Wagwan Dreamers, thanks for checking into the Positivity In, where everything is copacetic because God is in it. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. By checking in on this video, you have automatically been given the silver package. But please do upgrade to gold by subscribing to this channel, or go all the way up top to platinum by not only subscribing but liking this video, checking in with a comment below, and share the content with your friends. We're your host, the ROBDONS. Baby ROBDON is enjoying the cool heat. But guys, in this video, what we're talking about, babe?
Alright, so first of all, as Wife just said, remember to like the video, and I am setting a target of 100 likes. So if you look up and you realize the thumbs has not been thumbs up,
if it's at 10,
yeah, make sure you
thumbs it up.
Contribute by thumbs up. And if you're watching this video and you have not yet subscribed, help us, because what we do is continue to create positive content. Alright, share our journey as a family, share our experiences, be as real as we can and authentic as we are, because you know a lot of people are in social media. They're not necessarily authentic, but we try to keep it real, authentic, genuine, and meaningful. Yeah, the bird is sound like the very same thing. Alright, so this week we're talking about the importance of names. Alright, but most important, we will be revealing the name of our son and why we have actually named him the name that he actually has. Alright, so first of all, to start with me, my name is Nicholas Anthony Roberts. I always wonder why I went to school and I was always successful and always progressive, you know, just always ambitious, even though I've had, you know, I pretty much entered school with parents who are more of a farming background. It's not to say that farmers don't care, but my parents would be more occupied with thinking about other things. So my mom was quite helpful with my education earlier on. But what I'm trying to say is that I had every reason to not excel, alright? Because, you know, I never necessarily had someone who's checking my homework, making sure I'm actually doing that. I think my mom just considered me responsible enough and just wanted me and just trust that I would have actually done well. But years after I got saved, I remember my pastor sharing one day and said, you know, it's important to find out what your name actually means. And yeah, I went and researched. So Nicholas meant victorious.
People's victory.
Anthony meant praiseworthy, and Roberts meant bright and famous. And I seriously think that helped to shape who I am. Why? Because I believe that name, you know, highlights your character, gives a clear understanding of who you are and what you stand for. And I think that every time someone calls your name, it's almost prophetic. You're agreeing that that's who you are. So when someone says Nicholas and I say amen or I answer, I feel I am agreeing that I am victorious. Maybe more people need to call me Roberts so that I can hurry up and become famous. Right? So I'm going to need more people calling me Roberts so I can become bright and famous. But seriously, when we even look at the patriarchs, they never just name their children, they name it for a reason. Look at Jesus. He was called just because he would want to save his people. So name was always important. It spoke to your character and who you would have been. When we look at people in the Bible like Daniel, God is my judge. So every single name that those people had a meaning. We think about Zacchaeus as well. Zacchaeus meant clean. And so although he lived a life, some would argue, that appeared to be contrary to that, the fact of the matter is, in the end, Jesus called him by his name. And I think that in just calling him by his name and he responded to just, it was almost like he agreed. And so I believe his destiny shifted. And that's why he, in the end, decided that, listen, even if I am guilty of robbing anyone, I'm willing to pay them back 4 times. I'm going to live up to my name. So names are important. So comment below and let us know what your name means. Have you ever actually gone and research your name, what it means, and does it speak to your character, your individuality? Does it confirm who you think you are? All right, let us know. Now, so let's now nicely get into the main aspect of this video where we want to reveal the name. So unlike our son and daughter, which our first son and our daughter, when long before we even got married, I told my wife that our names would have been their names would have been
Danik and
Denise.
But we didn't have middle names.
Yeah, which was like a combination of our names. But we didn't just combine names. We actually look what they meant. And so both of them meant
Danik and Denise is God is my judge. That's meaning. So the root is Daniel, my name.
Right, so God is my judge.
And so the middle name, he did the first name. I came up with the middle names. And I kind of piggyback from, the Daniel root to his name being root and then their own little name by themselves. So Denise's middle name is Zahira Cole, and that's why her channel is Zahira Cole TV. Cole coming from Nicholas, meaning people's victory. And Zahira, Lord, that was Zahira mean again. Let me put it on the screen. And then Danik is Colson Zahir. Colson coming from Nicholas, and Zahira, having them own little relationship thing going on. And then for this baby now, what's his name?
So we didn't discuss.
Him have a long name.
Yeah, we didn't discuss what we wanted him to name. I think this child, we approach it more different. So I think at some point in the pregnancy, I text Daniel and said, you know what, we're going to call the child this. But then she also sent me a name as well that she wanted to call her.
But this name was a name I mentioned to you prior to doing the ultrasound. And you said, no, not that name. Like him just write off the name before him even listen to the name and understand the meaning and all that kind of stuff. So I just parked it, with the conversation, but I had it in mind that this is going to be the name because it just stand out for me. And how it came about is that I was on the program, Positive Vibration, for those who don't know, that we stream every day on Reason with ROBDONS here on YouTube and on Facebook. So our morning devotion, there was this lady, Marvet, that's her name. She changed her name back and front. And I was like, this person must be new, and I was welcoming her. And she was like, no. She wrote the name Donyale. No, that name. It is me. And she said that, she put the correct name. So I was like, why would she put my name like that? Like, nobody makes a mistake with Daniel like that. More likely for them to say Daniel with the L and with a single L rather than having that right off wrong name. So we went to look for it. Well, I went to look for it. Tidra said the name to me, and we went to look for it, and it meant God is my judge from Daniel. And I was like, but this is a nice name. Before, like the day before the ultrasound, so we said this must be a sign like it's going to be a boy. And so I had that name, in my heart, say this is what I was going to name him. So when he, rejected the name, I was like, man, but I like the name. It really stand out to me. So his name was what?
No, well, so what happened now is that we still couldn't agree on it. I thought about it, and I thought, you know what, let me give her the benefit of the doubt to come up with the name this time around. So I briefly agreed to
he did agree
to call him Daniel.
But before he agreed, he gave me the name that he liked, and the name was
the name was Danilo.
Danilo.
Right? At the time, I didn't actually know where I heard the name from or what the name. I just wanted to find out what the name actually meant, and similar to what Daniel actually means.
It's the same thing. God is my judge.
Yeah. So it's no matter of what do we want to sound. And then, of course, when we are in the process of discussing, this is even after the baby was born, because unlike in Jamaica, you don't have to name the child in the hospital. You have some days after you leave the hospital.
You have up to 6 weeks.
Yeah, that you can actually come up with
because you need the baby's birth certificate to register at the GP for the 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks checkup.
Right, so that's something different in the UK, which is very good. It takes the pressure off. So we went home. I think my midwife came and we were sharing our dilemma between the names, and she was, because my main concern was there would not be any way to distinguish really between Daniel and Daniel because they're so close. And even sometimes now we try to tell people what their names are, it takes them a while to hear what we actually say. So yeah, I was saying, you know what, we need to make him unique so he has his own name and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I thought about it, and I think we were sharing it with, was it Portia?
Portia said she liked your name.
So yeah, quite a bit of people started to warm up to my name and that kind of thing. But I smartly did still like Daniel as well. So, I thought about it, like, why don't we just give him both? Let's just give him that 2 names, and then he'll wonder why everybody has 3 names and he has 4. But
I was opposing that because I'm like, but that's going to be too long and that kind of thing, because his middle name is a hyphenated name like the other kids. So his middle name is Colin Zane. Colin coming from Nicholas, and Zane meaning God's gracious, God's merciful gift from God. And y'all know what happened to us last year. I felt like him coming into the world in my tummy like a month or less after, the loss. It would have been a gift to us from God. It would have been a gift to us from God. And so the name Zane was just extra fitting to him. So having a hyphenated name, I'm like, how will we name him Danilo? And then that hyphenated name. But the midwife assured us that that's not too long.
No, I think it was when we went to
the midwife did say that we could name him that. And then when we went to the registry,
which we are going to do a video and talk about how you go about registering your child in the UK, and so I thought I highlight the slight difference in Jamaica. So we're taking you fully on the journey so you can follow and keep up with what's going on. Yeah, so when we went and we were explaining, I started trying to justify the name. After we give this, so we said Daniel will be his first name. It's going to be Danilo. And then we're going to have 2 names, middle names, and it's going to be Colin Zane. And, after we shared that with the lady, she was like, is there any other? Is that it? It's almost like you could have up to 10 names.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and you had space to enter it and all of that. So it was like, it was a customary norm here to do that kind of thing. So he has 2 names, Danilo, Colin Zane Roberts, and both Daniel and Danilo.
That's not 2 names, babe. Danilo. Colin Zane is hyphenated, right? 2 middle names. The hyphenated name we count as 1, Colin Zane, and then Danilo, which is, standing by itself.
Right. So, we will have a nice little story to share with our son later on how we came to that name.
Conclusion.
We couldn't agree on one name.
So we gave him both.
We gave him both, all right? So, and I thought in the end it would be a nice history because it will help him to see, how from disagreement.
The involvement.
from disagreement, something good can come on. Just because we disagree on something doesn't mean we can't come to a good, a mutual agreement. So we decided to give him both the names, and I think it's quite unique for him. I already I say my D square.
Square.
The D square, a little bit of math. D times D. Anyways, that's the name for our wonderful son, our little gift from
So
God.
this
Tell
is
tell us what
Daniel Danilo Collinsine Robertson. Baby
Yeah.
Rob done.
yeah, and tell us what y'all think about the name. All right?
And what's your name and the meaning of your name? Let us know in the comment section below. I hope you did enjoy this video. Have for yourself a blessed, fabulous day. Danica will zoom you out. Put God in your process, and once God is in the process, absolutely everything will be copacetic. Peace.